How's it looking, boys? How is it looking on the other end? I'm back. I'm back, finally! After like my week break. And welcome back to a new... My god, that looks orange. Jeez. Do I have filters on this? I don't. Okay, so that is just the way that this thing looks. Oh boy. Do you have it set in auto? Let me see if I can adjust this. Back, did you go somewhere? No, I didn't, but my my computer over there did. So that right there, that beauty that you see right there, let me see if I can do that. That thing right there used to be my stream PC, but now it's no longer because we got a brand new system. Woo! But let me see how this works now. This is the first time I'm using this. Auto Plus. Did that change something? I think that changed a little bit. I think that looks better. I hope. Sweet, how's it going? How are you doing? So yeah, maybe just put your white shirt in front of your camera for a bit, and it may auto white balance. Yeah, I need to like change modes because before this like new PC, I used to have, my god, this thing right here as my camera. Let me see if I can zoom in on that, because I'm not gonna zoom thing. I'm not gonna say I can zoom in, but this used to be the camera. You guys used to like look me through from this angle, and now I have like my Canon camera. I'm still figuring out what can I do with that. Blaze, thank you so much for that, host. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? I'm gonna try and figure out what I can do with that. I'm kind of thinking maybe like some sort of setup where I can like sit there or something, but like I don't know what I would do there, but I can, so I should. But I don't know what I could do there, but I can, so I should. But I don't know what I would do with it, but I can, so I should. So that will probably come up later in the week, although it's already Thursday, so. Low quality OnlyFans. Low quality OnlyFans live on stream. Oh boy. But yeah, Blaze says, doing good. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad to hear it. So, it's been quite a heat wave the last 5 days actually. Wow, it's been since the weekend. God damn, it's been like a long hot streak right here. Monday, I ended up finishing off my computer, building it entirely, and it's been done ever since. However, my god, there's so much to install. It's insane how much shit you actually have to reinstall on your computer and like to get it working, and like I'm really glad that I have so many profiles like saved, so I can actually like this stream kind of functions the same as it used to, but like there was a lot of work that needed to like make sure that everything works the same, and I cannot guarantee that everything's gonna go smoothly because I don't know. Another upgrade that we have right now is this stream should not be viewable if you are capable of in 60 frames per second at 1080p. Which is absolutely ridiculous because none of these cameras actually push 60 frames per second, so we're gonna have a couple of doubled frames. If you can spot them, you'll spot them. But yeah, like basically like this stream is called No More Boating. The reason why is because I used to do boating. Boating is, if you guys have ever driven a boat, or sailed a boat, or whatever the fuck you call it, how the fuck you call like moving about a boat? I call it like driving a boat, because like most boats don't have engines like carts. But people say sailing a boat, but there's no sail. So, I mean, like, I call it driving a boat, okay? If you have a problem with that, well, that's your problem. But yeah, anyway, the thing is basically if you have a boat, if you drive a boat, like most of the time you just like grab the lever, you just push it all the way forward, go 100% through your speed, and there you go. You do that until you get to the place where you are, and you just like pull it back, and there you go, you're there. You do that with no other thing. You don't take an airplane like, oh, full power, and there we go, and there we're just happily sitting. No, you don't do that. You don't get in your car, just like push down all the refs and just like sit there and then get to your work. You don't do that. But that's what I did with my streaming PC. So basically, every single time we streamed, I had 100% GPU usage and 100% CPU usage. Right now, I'm at 7% CPU. 7%! It's like I have a whole other PC to do things with. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Like, I don't even know what I should do with this. Let me go task manager. Let me go performance right here. It's crazy. It is absolutely fucking crazy. 30% of my GPU, and this is still the same GPU that was in there. My god, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. That's dope, man. Only 7%. I know, right? I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. So, I'm really excited about that. There's a video in the works of like me putting together this PC because I think computer building is quite fun, but it's like oftentimes misunderstood. Also by myself, when I was like young, I didn't even know what it meant. So it's gonna be a 30-minute video though, but like editing has been amazing. How did you optimize it? Build a brand new one. That's how I optimized the PC. Trash that. Actually, that right there is now gonna be my archive PC. But I got a Ryzen 5900X, which is pretty damn nice. X570E Asus motherboard. We have a Kioxia 1TB NVMe SSD, like one of the best, one of the newest ones out there. Really, really good storage right there. We got like an insanely like cool tower right here. We have a Fractal Mesh 5.2, which is like a really good airflow case with like noctua fans in there. It's fucking wonderful. But yeah, so same GPU, but upgraded everything else. Yep, because GPUs right now are unobtainium. I mean, you can technically get your hands on one, but it just feels like a big waste of money still, because they're still 2 times MSRP, and I do not want to like pay $1,600 for like a GPU that only costs $800. I think it's a bit of a waste of time. Aye, Captain. What's up, Richard? How's it going? Glad to see you. Glad to see you before you like go off to sleep again. But keep up the work, man. Keep up the fucking work, because woo! As I was saying, no more 100% CPU, but 7.5%. I'm like what? But anyway, how have you guys been? How has your guys' week been? Because I think the last stream we did was a Framecast last Thursday, and then Friday I didn't do one. God, I don't even know why I didn't do one Friday. I have no clue. But yeah, Monday I wanted to stream, but like my PC was just like Okay, so this is the problem. I tried to install Linux. Yes, I made a mistake of installing Linux. If you guys don't know, Linux is another OS, just like Windows is, or like Mac OS is. However, the thing is, like, I really want to switch to Linux because I don't like Windows 11 that's going to be coming up, and there are so many parts that I do not like about Windows 10, like the online sign-ins, the constant updates. Dude, I've had so many updates where it's like, oh, like halfway through, like my work site is like, we got to update now. You can't do shit about it. Enjoy your life now. Like, there's so much stuff with Windows. Like, the new Windows 11 that's going to be coming up is going to have an Amazon Android App Store, so that you can play your Android apps on your computer. Who's excited for that, boys? Who is excited for that? Playing your Android apps on your computer? Which is totally not possible with emulators right now, but you can do that now on an Amazon App Store. Woo! Oh man, I'm so excited. No, I'm not excited about that. There's like a whole bunch of stuff like that that's going to be installed on Windows 11. You're going to require an online sign-in, so you can't even use your OS if you're not connected to the internet, which, like, no, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I just want my OS to, like, work my computer. And Linux seems pretty cool. And seriously, like, the gaming capabilities are getting better and better with, like, the Steam Deck. I'm so excited for the Steam Deck. Steam Deck is going to be coming up at the end of the year. It's, like, Valve's, like, Nintendo Switch-like PC console, but it's going to run Linux, so that they don't have to deal with Microsoft. And they're really working on like this Proton DB, which is like a layer between like the game and Linux, which allows it to play on Linux just as well as it would on like Windows. So I felt like, oh my god, I can switch to Linux. But so much stuff of this is just my mixer panel don't work with Linux. My cameras don't work with Linux. My Stream Deck right here don't work with Linux. Like nothing I have, like which is like professional software, works with Linux. So I was like, fuck, I can't do any of this. If I were to get a new laptop, or if I were to get a new PC which wasn't for like video production, I would get one on Linux just to like try it. But like Linux doesn't work with Linux, I know. But like I can't have this, like, because like on Monday I was like, oh, I'll stream with like OBS for Linux, but like there are so many things I can't do. It was like horrible. So wait, they're making it to where OS doesn't work without an internet connection? Yes, because you need to have your Microsoft sign-in. You need to have your Microsoft account sign in if you want to sign into your PC. However, you can't just have Windows 11 because you need to have a special chip on your motherboard if you want to be able to even install Windows 11. So if you don't have that chip, you should go buy a new PC, you scrub. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you have, like, modern technology that doesn't have one single thing that we all of a sudden started to specify? Sucks to be you. That is Windows 11. Windows 11 is just, like, it doesn't look good. It's not exciting. And, like, Microsoft has already been moving towards this thing where they're, like, I mean, like most other things, like, collecting your data. And, I don't want my OS to do it. Fuck it, Windows 98 time. I mean, and that's why Linux really appeals to me, because, like, in a sense, like, Linux Mint, for instance, looks like, it's so nice. It looks so nice, and, like, Linux being open source, if people, like, want to start fucking with, like, collecting data, the community is on it. Like, that's one thing with open source, people, like, know when shit is going on. So you have, like, an entire community of people that are checking that code, they're like, hey, if someone's doing something crazy, we fucking, like, you know, we'll scream and shout about it. So, and they definitely do that. So, like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that was kind of my experience with like building this PC and trying Linux. I will try Linux in the future because I would love to do it, but like for my for my production software, it's just no go. But yeah, I'm gonna go rebel, and I'm gonna go Vista, dude. I used to have a Vista PC. Windows Vista was my very first laptop I ever owned. And man, I fucking loved it. I fucking loved every second of it. Until that point that, what was it? That it fell down and it, like, the fan came loose and it just, like, died. That wasn't the OS's fault, though. So Windows Vista, in my mind, is kind of fine. So, yeah, anyway, so the PC is installed. It's been very hot. I mean, you can see it. You can definitely probably see it because of, like, the much better resolution now that I'm, like... It's fucking hot. Oh my god, a theme! My god! B, this is a dream of truth or an eternity of illusions. Well, I'll let it slip and search the recesses throughout and thoroughly of my existence until it's completed, twisted more from what I might think it is now. Thank you so much for that 14-month subscription. That is insane. Hope you're doing good. How have you been? How have you been the last week? New alerts are gonna be coming too. He subscribed twice on my screen. Weird. Same here. Like the subscription came for twice. So, good job for the 14 months double of 28 months. See, if I was a professional streamer now. Does this even work? No, this doesn't even work. What the fuck? It's not even working! Stupid microphone, hold on. Oh, it's me, I plugged it into the wrong hole. Don't you have that too? Sometimes you just like plug it into the wrong hole and like horrible shit happens? Please don't plug it into the wrong hole. Make sure you like find the right holes for your microphone equipment. What else do you think I'm talking about? Focus! Focus! Get me! Talk to me! Talk to me, Focus. You see me? Good. Okay. The fucking deed, my dude. And Dallas, how's it going, man? How are you doing? What was I gonna say? I don't know. I was probably gonna say something. Oh yeah, if I was like a super high-end professional streamer, I'd be like, this is September. But like honestly, I don't know about you guys, but it really fucking puts me up if someone goes and like even has like September-ish in like their fucking like title and be like, yeah, subs are like half off. I don't even know if they're half off. I think it's like 10% or something. I don't even know. But Dennis, how's it going, man? And Finn, how are you doing? We have double vision, and you're speaking twice on mine. Maybe I should just duplicate myself. My god, that was an entire there's an entire like Twitch clip about that. Anyway, my Japanese studies have not been going well. Like I've had so little time. My working days start at like 5 in the morning now, and like they include a lot. So Japanese on the back burner until like my my videos get back on schedule, because I literally need every single second of the day right now. But yeah, I'm quite fine. So, it's hot though. It's really hot. Like we're supposed to get rain tonight, but it can't come soon enough. I really hope that it's gonna cool down. So, but how are you? So yeah. Anyway, what I want to say. Well, hopefully tomorrow or Saturday we're gonna have the 30-minute video drop on the main channel about the computer I'm building. Basically, like when I was a wee little lad, I had no idea what computer building entailed. I'm gonna assume that you guys are somewhat familiar with like computers and computer building, because a lot of times like people that like are into gaming kind of like also know about people that build their own computers, people that like, you know, maybe you have built a bunch of computers yourself. This was actually my second PC that I've actually ever built, so to be honest, like I'm not that experienced in it, but like I remember the very first time someone actually came up to me and said like hey, you know, I'm building a PC, and I just had no clue what it even entailed, and I just assumed they were like a fucking genius or something. Retro, my god. Peer pressure, oh boy, and Keshin coming in with a raid. Oh shit, there we go.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Yo, oh shit, this is still an old thing. This is still What is up, Raiders? How's it going? Kesha, how are you doing? Kopex, how's it going? Captain Eggbeard, how are you doing? Ray Koki, Keshin Raid, oh hell, what's up everyone? How are y'all doing? So good to see you. Oh my god. Oh, that is so cool. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We need something more exciting for this. Let's get a little more exciting music. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Not really what I'm looking for. Not really what I'm looking for. How you doing, man? Oh boy, dude, I'm doing great. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little. Don't worry, my viewers are happy with any content, dude. That alert. That alert is like 2018 or something. It's like, it's really cool to like, you know, break up the stream. But there's this little thing that's supposed to pop out where I'm like, oh hey, welcome Raid. But that said, that is fucking set for like. Complex, thank you so much for that follow. That said, like, if I'm gaming, so I was like, wait, which corner is that? Anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? What are you up to? My name is Michel. Welcome back to a brand new stream. It's like my first stream of like a brand new computer, so like I don't know if everything's gonna work. I'm using a new camera right now, so like if this looks weird, I don't know. I hope it looks alright. So let's see. But yeah, like how are you guys doing? Also, like. Great question, which is like I always want to ask you guys when you guys are coming in with the raid is first of all, where are you guys from and what's the time zone like where you're in right now? Doesn't need to be like very precise. I just want to know like where we're broadcasting to right now. You're currently seeing the stream from Amsterdam. The Netherlands is right now 7:53 p.m. So yeah, we're kind of just getting started. But yeah, don't worry, my viewers are happy with any content. Oh man, oh man, oh man, what are you up to today? What were you doing right now? Retro says, honestly, I just spent over $200 just yesterday. What did you get, Retro? What do you get? They could watch paint dry. Hopefully, I may hope I'll be a little bit more entertaining than watching paint dry, but who knows? I mean, that's up to you to judge. That's up to you to judge. You use Lioran Board 2? No, I do not. I don't think I've ever heard of that. But I'll look it up because that sounds like something cool. Lioran Board. Let me go take a look. We are loyal degenerates. Yep. Well-behaved viewers. Well, can't say I'm a well-behaved streamer. That's for sure. Camera angle's pretty good. I'm in Japan. IRL streamer. That is so cool. That is so cool. Ohio. Nihon. Eastern US, almost 2 p.m. 1 hour ahead from you then. Oh man, we're time zone buddies. Woo! Oh man, the more that I needed for that new computer. I got some knives, a new sharpening kit, and a 2-year subscription to a certain Skyrim-based VPN. Did you actually get Nord? How do you create your custom commands then? I actually don't really have that many commands, because basically, like, a long time ago, I used to stream in this directory called Warframe, which is a game, and like a lot of people would spam like a bunch of commands, or it's like, basically just like, platinum, giveaway, all that sort of shit. So like, I was like, you know what? Let me do away with most of my commands, because basically, like, what I found is that commands, people barely do anything with them. Because like, if you guys have a question, you can just as well come up to me and be like, yo, what's up? What's up? Just ask me the question. It's like, do you want to know my socials? Just ask me. Do you want to know like where I stream for, what my setup is? Just ask me. I'll probably don't know because like I don't have a perfect memory, but you know, just ask. Like, why are we like substituting this conversation for just like a command? And a lot of times, like, also, like, things like cast commands, like, has anyone ever clicked on the cast command? Anyone's ever gone, like, cast to, like, you should check out, and then just a random link? It's like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Like, what am I enticed to? Like, it's a lot more cool if you're just like, yo, this Keshin did. I've actually not seen his streams yet. Definitely gonna be checking him out, but he seems to be fucking cool. IRL streaming in Japan is like, wow. Go check him out. Like, that shit, like, I find it way more personal, I find it way more cooler, so that's why we don't really do that many commands. What I'm using, though, for, like, I think Lion Board right here, Stream Deck Animator, as I'm seeing right here, maybe it's like, maybe you're referring to, like the things I'm using here in the setup. Basically, this is just, like, sea nesting, which is super fucking cool. But I don't know, like, that's, like, OBS nerd stuff. If you want to talk about it, I'm more than happy to talk about it, but, yeah. Let's see. Well, Michel Postma might not be able to comply with the Twitch's TOS due to the heat, so that's also my content. Now, don't use that against me, Fame. Captain Eggbeard, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, yes, I did. I bike and I drink beer with a cam outside in Tokyo. My stream, dude, that is so cool. That is so awesome. My channel is full special, very special commands. Oh boy, you're a native Dutch? Yes, I am. I am indeed. Raskus, dude, Raskus, how are you doing? Look, this is this here's Michel. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, that is something which apparently, like, in America is, like, very common to, like, spell the same like that. Here, it just makes no sense. So, like, I just have to, like, figure out, like, oh, you were actually, like, phonetically spelling it as, like, spamming out my name. Are you just using nesting with some plugins and doing it by yourself? Yeah, like, there's this thing, there's, like, this Zoom plugin. I can give you more details, like, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll whisper you for Twitch or something if you're interested. Just like either whisper me for Twitch or like send me a Discord DM or something. Like I'll like give you the videos and links where like I got for this. But basically like what I have right here is I have like 2 different scenes. This right here is one scene. This right here is another scene. Both scenes have like the exact same like situation, but this has just like this thing a little bit more zoomed in, and this thing doesn't have anything. Because I wasn't expecting it, because it's my first stream with a brand new setup. So like I don't know anything. But yeah, like you can do a whole bunch of stuff. We can even go and so right here, which is like a green screen setup where like, oh my god, I need to sit more here. But yeah, so like we have a whole bunch of things, and like right now I have a brand new camera setup where like, woo! I have a DSLR I can zoom in with. Before I used to like use a webcam, I'm really excited to like try out like new positions where I can place this webcam. But yeah, so yeah. Villager, how's it going, man? Doing alright for the time being, although I have quite a rough week. Damn, dude. Long story short, my fragile mental state just didn't want to cooperate at all. Dude, if you need any help, like, if you just, like, want to hang out, like, maybe play some games or whatever, just let me know, because, I may be, like, busy, but, like, I can always find some time. And, like, I really enjoy playing Apex with you. I really just, like, I mean, like, we can also just do, like, some more, like, community nights where we're just, like, you know, chill or whatever, like, whatever helps. Flawless English without any native language accent. Impressive. Dude, that's kind of what you get from, like, I did 6 years of bilingual education, and then, like, I've done streaming for quite some time, so, like, I'm quite used to my English right now. It's kind of funky, though, because, like, 4 or 5 years ago, I used to have a British accent, and that's just gone away. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, I already know, that's fine. Okay, cool. But yeah, you can talk real fast too. Feels amazing, man. Right, Koki? So like the thing for me is that like I think Twitch, the most important thing on Twitch is the interaction. Like, I really get sad seeing like these really big fucking streams where like basically people just like don't even reach out anymore. Like the reason I got into Twitch was that like I was basically starting on YouTube, making some videos, then I was making videos like I got partnered with this game, and basically like I was like, oh hey, there's a Twitch side too to like the creators of this game. So like I was checking out the creators on Twitch there, and like seriously, the first time I ever like got into a Twitch stream was by Daniel the Demon. I don't know if any of you knows him, but he's like a really cool like game streamer. If you want to check him out, Twitch.tv/Daniel Daniel the Demon. Super hyped, super exciting, super energetic, and I was like, I just got into a stream, I had no idea what Twitch streaming was, and I just said, hey, and you know how if you're on YouTube, like, no one ever talks to you. It's like, you put out a comment of, like, a YouTuber you've been watching for years, and they never say anything back, and, like, they don't even know you exist. I said, hey, he just, like, immediately was like, hey, how's it going, man? How are you doing? You're new here. He knew I was new here, and I was like, I was talking to him, he was responding, next day I come by, we continued a conversation. I was, like, blown away. I was fucking blown away by it. And that's Twitch for me. Twitch for me is, like, all about just, like, you know, getting to know people, talking to people, and, like, having this really cool, like, thing together. However, it can get quite tough when you have, like, a whole bunch of people in chat. I've had a couple of times where, like, we've had, like, 2,000 people in chat. It's super hard at that point in time. So, if you want to be sure that you can, like, address everyone and make sure that you can, like, keep up with everything, speaking fast kind of becomes, like, part for the course. Though I sometimes do need to watch that, because I do tend to speak quite fast, because, I mean, like, I don't know. I watch my videos in 2 times speed, too. Like, I like fastness. I like speed. So, yeah. Oh wow, that green screen is cool. Yeah, like I like to have like different setups. Basically, like right here, we used to have a program called On the Couch. I don't know if you can see that, but we used to have a thing called On the Couch where, fuck, I'm just gonna like, how the fuck do I do this anymore? Ah, there we go. Where we used to, Keshin, thanks so much for that follow, dude. Where we used to like game like with 2 people like on a couch, like that is a green screen which can extend all the way back. But I just haven't really like found the time or anyone to do that with. So like basically just been sitting here, but like this is also like a setup. It's like, I don't know. I just love doing this stream shit. It's like, it's really fun. Both like the interaction, but also like, oh my god, this chair. But also like trying to figure out like how can we make things work. So yeah. What do you normally do when you're streams? Well, basically we kind of do for like 3 or 4 things. Like, first of all, like we normally have just chatting Mondays, where we just like sit and chat. I just love the chatting things. Otherwise, we tend to have like once a week or once every 2 weeks, we have a podcast, gaming podcast called the Framecast with Casino Gellion, where we basically just talk about like interesting gaming topics, discussions. It's kind of like a debate show sort of thing, but then like just like, you know, two boys just bantering back and forth. then like recently, like I've really been enjoying Apex Legends, where like I'll tend to do that like once or twice a week because I just think it's a fun thing to do. And then yeah, like if new games come out that interest me. Speaking of which, New World has just entered open beta. I've requested the open beta key, and like hopefully we should be able to like start maybe tomorrow, maybe next week with like playing New World. Hopefully it won't kill my PC because that was the game that actually killed some 3090s. Like the GPUs you just definitely don't want to kill. But yeah, so like that's kind of what we do, is just like a bit of podcasting, a bit of like just chatting, and then like some games. And like they kind of come and go. It's like what's current, what interests me. Like recently we did like the Battlefield 4 playthrough because Tribe recommended it. It's absolutely insane game. Titanfall 2, I was like, I didn't even know that was so cool. But yeah, so like we'll just do whatever. We'll do a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Villager says, Tuesday I had a massive headache, Wednesday I had a really runny nose, and today I'm coughing. Finally, it's different stuff every day. Dude, I really hope you didn't get the Rona. If you feel bad, like just check out, like, you know, maybe get a test or whatever, or like maybe like go and see a doctor. If it's really bad, I really hope you recover really fast, man. Like, I hope so. My poor second language listeners, I have the same feeling, mate. See, that is why I like back up all my streams on like a stream archive where it's like people can rewatch it if I go too fast. But I mean, like, look at how far I'm back in the chat. It's like I need to catch up. I need to catch up. Oh man, but I once had a 4K streamer. But once I become a 4K streamer, I'm ignoring you all, dude. I really hope to not become that. Like, I've been thinking about like how can I do this? Like, will we have like days where it's like, okay, so I'm only gonna read like the top half of the alphabet. Like if your letter starts with one letter in the top half of the alphabet, I'll read your name, I'll read your chat message. Or like then the even days we're gonna do like bottom half, or like I don't know how I want to do it. But I don't want to ever get like a subscriber only mode where I only read like messages when people just like pay money, because I fucking hate that shit. Like, god dang it, dude. It's all about like chatting. Anyway, you had 2,000 people in chat. Partners soon? Not really, because that used to be back in the Warframe days. Like basically Warframe was this game where like it's a community fair, like, which is a really cool community. A lot of people here came from the Warframe community. It's a pretty cool game as well. Free to play. It was like, it's a lot of fun. It's like one of those like live service games where like you can just farm and run around in space like entirely. It's so cool. However, like a lot of like the like Twitch audience around there like really like so much Warframe, and it's like really tough to like branch out. So back then, like I had like this like we were doing better, like in the sense of like you really would have like higher numbers. I also have a second channel in which we host the defense, which get like over 1 million views and shit. But the thing is, like, I don't want to be playing a game for like 8 years or like 6 years long every single day the same thing. I've done those streams every single day the same thing, and like I'm not just like one single game. Like I think it's so much more interesting to just like branch out, explore so much more from the world, that I think like, you know, we'll do different games, we'll still do some games, but like it's like, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where it goes. Who you co-op? I used to co-op like on the couch thing. I used to co-op with Cole James. Unfortunately, he hasn't been streaming in quite some time. So yeah. Let's see. 40-year-old says Keku. I did a Rona test and it was negative. I'm so glad to hear that, dude. I'm so glad to hear it. Well, enjoy my Coomer community. I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good stream, mate. Have a good night, man. Thank you so much for bringing your community over, and I'll see you around. Speaking of second language, I'm Estonian, so I speak Estonia, but I also speak English, and I can speak a bit of Russian. Wow, that is so awesome. And I recently started learning German, so that's cool. Dude, I think that's really fucking awesome. Because, like, the thing with languages, the thing which I find so cool with languages, is that basically, like, speaking someone else's language, like, first of all, it's, like, really cool. Like, I found this channel called, Xioma NYC. It's like a guy that's brilliant with languages and then goes to like people that like speak those languages, so goes to the natives and then just like starts speaking their language, and it's like, it's fucking insane. But it's like, it's really cool because you get to like understand like where the language is built from. You get to understand like there are different ways of thinking, in a sense, like if you're thinking in different languages, because like there's different ways in which languages are influenced, and you get to like reach out to so much more people. I love it. So well, Warflam, I might have heard of it. Retro is like, ooh, combat shape. I think consistency, creativity, being authentic, and having fun is important to succeed as a streamer. I think having fun is important to succeed as a streamer, because, like, dude, I've seen so many goddamn times that, like, people are, like, successful financially, but, like, honestly, it just fucking ruins them. In the sense of, like, dude, I am so much more... I should watch my words, though. Should fucking watch my words, because there are times in which I definitely did not think so. But, in general, I have to say that, like, I'm so much more glad to be where I am right now and just like have a community where we can just like hang out, chill, talk about anything, just do pretty much whatever and just have fun. Where like every single day I turn on the stream, I'm just having fun, and like I don't like I couldn't stream like the last few days because of like the computer that had to like be set up and everything. And it's like I miss it. It's really an important part of my day that I miss them, rather than them being like a streamer where like I know plenty that said like 500 viewers or whatever, but like play a game every single day. I utterly hate it because like that's the thing that brings in the money, and like that's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I get it because at a certain point in time you do want to like, you know, make money from it, and you know you gotta push the thing, but like I don't know. It's gotta remain fun. It's gotta remain fun. If I turn on the stream and I don't have fun, then like it's no longer good anymore. I talk in my mind a lot of times in English, dude. That's pretty cool. Nino, how's it going, dude? How are you doing? That YouTube channel, I know. Oh man, dude. How are you, dude? How are you? So yeah. Anyway, welcome everyone from the raid. Oh boy. It's so exciting. It's really exciting. But yeah, Biggs also, how's it going, man? How have you been? So yeah, wow. Caught up with chat. Woo! Good, it's been a while since I was here. Yeah, man. Like, what's your summer been like? Like, have you enjoyed it? Because, like, it's been a while. It's also been a while since I've streamed because, like, pretty much the last one was last week with the podcast, and now we're here. But now we're here, and I can do cool shit like zoom in my camera or move it around and be like, ooh. I don't like. I still don't know what I want to do with half of this, but there will come a time and there will come a purpose. But yeah, Big Star's been chilling on my off days, dude. That's good to hear. Kupek says, German native here. Have fun with our language. It's a pain in the ass, dude. German is like the fucking coolest language in the world because I speak Dutch. It's like, okay, so 2 examples. First of all, I had German on school. And like the way we would do German on school, especially if we had like oral exams where we just like had to speak German, it's like we kind of went just for like Dutch, but then with a German accent, and you could just like get a pass with that, which is insane. You couldn't do that with French. And then secondly, like I've had so many times that like we'd go on vacation, and like we're camping, right? Like camping is like one of the best pieces of vacation because you just like you're just out and about, like you're out and about in the open. It's so cool. It's so much nicer than just like being stuck inside all day. And then like what we'd have is like we'd be right next to like neighbors who'd be like German, and like we could speak Dutch, and they could understand us, and they could speak German, and we could understand them, and we'd just be talking 2 different languages, but we could understand each other. It's like it's so really cool if that happens. So let's see. Speaking of languages, although true fact, sad fun undoubtedly, you have placed the space in status. Would it be acceptable to paste and build on knowledge of the third and final writing system? Yeah, sure. I mean, like, yeah, you can do that for sure. Like basically this year, I wanted to start learning Japanese, and I still really have that really high on my list because honestly, like, I've been a weeb. I've been watching anime for a long time. There's like I have quite a lot of friends who are actually like either from Japan or like speak Japanese, and like I think it's a really cool language. I've like ever since high school I've been like, oh my god, it would be so cool to like also learn a language. Like Dutch and English is very closely related, but also something which like entirely out there. It's just been really busy because like I'm also studying in university right now. I'm also like training like 20 hours a week. I'm also doing like I'm running 2 YouTube channels, this Twitch channel, and then like, you know, like trying to fit that all in has been like a really tough thing. Scheduling is like my key thing here. But yeah, it's like once I can get everything going. So yeah, weeb. Where's your weeb background, dude? Didn't you see my anime profile picture? Oh man, interesting. So many bilingual people. I wish I could speak more than one language, or at least one. I also wish I could stop wishing and bragging. Oh my god. I try to tackle Japanese as my third language. I'm fine for the next 3 years. Hey, you too. Well, actually, we have in the Discord, like we're starting with there's a Japanese section where basically like a theme has been amazing in like supplying like really cool material to like learn Japanese. Like I always feel kind of bad. I always feel like really, really bad and guilty inside that like I haven't caught up as much as the theme probably hopes that I would, because like seriously, like I want to be so much further, but it's like it's so tough. It is so tough just to find the time. So yeah, let's see. Dutch, Norwegian, Swedish, German, English, all these languages are so closely related. They are. But like also like one thing which I find really cool, one thing which I find really awesome, is also like what languages people speak. And I should probably add that to like the list of questions that I ask when people are like joining in with a raid. Because like the thing which I often wonder about is like, hey, you know, we're right here right now. We're right here, we're all watching the same stream. We're all here connected through like the internet right now. And we can all understand each other because like we all speak English, but a bunch of us also speak other languages. So how many languages do we actually cover? Like as a like hive mind, how many languages do we actually speak, and how many people in the world could we actually speak to? Because like that's pretty cool. Because like, you know, I could speak Dutch, and like if someone were to come out and be like, hey, you know, could you say that to a Dutch person? I could. And like there are so many like I think that's so cool. That like, you know, like this, we could actually like communicate and like reach out into the world. Like the bigger the string gets, the more people like we should potentially be able to reach until it's like the whole world or something. What do you study? I study artificial intelligence, which like I mean, yeah. It's got a lot to do with the internet today, so that's why it's rather interesting to me. Who knows? Mayhaps I can become a voice actor for all the languages in Genshin Impact. That would be so cool. Like honestly, like I've always wondered, like what if you had like for a game or for like a movie, like a cast of people that would speak many different languages. So basically, like what you would have is like the same voice for every language, but it would just be like you know, different languages. Like that'd be so crazy because like most of the time like voiceovers or dubs are like a little bit weird sometimes. One thing which I absolutely did not even know, I don't know if you guys knew, if you guys have played Ghost of Tsushima, if anyone plays Ghost of Tsushima, it's an amazing fucking game. You should play it. But like basically like this game, it's like set in Japan, and it's like it's so beautifully crafted. It's like an open world game where like you wander around as a samurai through like the island of Tsushima in Japan. It's like it's so cool. It's like it goes into samurai history and like honor and all that sort of stuff. But apparently, like the thing was made for like English dub, and then like if you play Japanese dub, you you hear the Japanese voices, but it's like it's played over like the American or like the English lip syncs. So like sometimes it doesn't like. I didn't even notice it on my 2 playthroughs, but like I heard it being mentioned because they're changing it now with like AI algorithms to like try and match it. But that's pretty crazy actually. But like because of that, like what you'll find sometimes like dubs can be a little bit like weird because like it doesn't entirely align. You need English and Spanish, French and Chinese, which are the most common languages. Especially in France, like people definitely think that French is like the language of the world, or that used to be, because like back in the day when I was a wee little lad, like it would be really hard to find, especially from the older generation, like French people that speak English, which would always be like very funny to see like Dutch people speak English to Frenchmen, where like none of like it wouldn't even matter, like they could just be speaking Dutch, but like no one would understand each other, but still they would be able to figure it out, which is really cool. So yeah, let me see. Jokes on you, I don't play Genshin really at all. Jokes on you, I'm either a Lamine substitute for 90% of the game. Well, Korean, Czech, wait, you speak, hold on. Korean, Mandarin, Japanese, English, I'm not sure. I can also pronounce the German correctly. I'll be a god, that's not Fenty or Zongli. Wait, but, Fame, do you really speak Korean, Mandarin, Japanese, English, and German? Like that, like, seriously, or is that a meme? Because if you speak those languages, I'm fucking freaking out. So yeah, join me. I'll be retro. I mean, Fireboy. You know who? Where are the women? Where are the women in less clothes figurine? Oh, you know the weeb shop. No, that's actually the shit. I don't have that. The closest I have to a figurine is like it's all the way up there. You can't even really see. It's like from like I got that from like one of those boyfriend conventions. But yeah, you know I speak more than just that, silly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I wonder if I can become better in German if I deal more with German media, because I've been with English since I was like 4, and I'm still with it because I speak it on a daily basis. So I wonder if I start playing Wolfenstein but listen to the enemies when they were speaking German, that I'll get a little bit better. I think that definitely exposure to a language is really cool. So I got like 6 years of bilingual education, and before I started that, I couldn't speak a word of English. So like what they basically did was just say, okay, you guys gotta speak English now. And we'd be like, well, we don't know how to speak. It's like, well, good luck to you. And we'd get some classes, but like actually like having to speak it, having to like come up and construct sentences is like the really big challenge. And that actually allows you to like actually have a conversation, like learn the language. I remember very well when like we had French as well. I can understand both French and German, but like speaking is really tough for me. But I remember when all of a sudden we just get like this assignment where it's like write a fairy tale of like 12 pages, and we'd never done anything more than just like, you know, fill in the blank, and we were just like, what the fuck. However, like, if you're forced to like actually like write something or speak something, you'll realize like, okay, shit, like, what do I need? I need a subject in my sentence. I need to have like, you know, like some sort of like action verb, something, and then I need to have something that describes it. And, like, you'll learn to like work with the language, and a lot of times like you'll not really make it work that well, but you can get across some meaning, and the more you try, the better you learn and you learn. So yeah, I only brag with a language when I personally feel that I completely mastered the language. Just knowing a little bit of the language doesn't count. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's also why I say that I don't speak German or French either. I think if I were to go there for a month, I would be able to, because like I can understand everything that's being said. It's just so hard to speak back. I remember I was like at a French convention, and it's just like, you know, like you hear people talk to you like, oh shit, yeah, like, oh yeah, I get it, and then like, fuck, how do I say that? So yeah, I feel you. I learned English many years in school, but couldn't even read a book. I knew everything in theory, but my brain had to finally connect the dots. Immersion in the language made a huge difference. So yeah, I think that like what is really important is, first of all, like if you really want to learn the language, go watch like content or like games, like watch something where you can hear the language being spoken to you in a way that isn't like, oh my god, like you would always have like these ridiculous sentences that they teach you in school. It's like, what is your favorite subject? I put money in my bank account, or something like shit that you're never gonna use in daily conversation. It's not like, yo, what's your favorite church streamer? Yo, like, well, what the hell do you like? What the hell kind of YouTube channels do you watch? Like, that's not in like the textbooks. So like, you're not really gonna use it. It's not like, hey, you just like splashed me with like your car when you drove through that puddle of water. Like, you're not gonna learn that shit when you're actually gonna need it. So like actually learning, like listening to like series or games or like whatever, like anything in a language has like got normal people talking in a sense, like you'll learn like through like listening that like, hey, you know, this is kind of things that that are being said. And then as you're learning new words, or as you're like learning for like repeated exposure to it, you'll like, it will be more natural. And trying to speak is so important, like trying to actively use it, because like you can also have like years of like a language learning but then not actually try and use it, and like it just won't work, because you can hear things but it won't really process, because you don't know how the structure works. You don't know really, like, yeah, like using it, and exposure is really important. So yeah, want to refresh French? Since Serenus seems to be not present, I can teach you much about the language and culture, the romantic psychology, the food like French fries, French toast, and the French kiss. Well, Efim, I'm a little bit disappointed in you. I'm a little bit very disappointed in you, because you should know that the French fries aren't actually French. French fries aren't actually French. They're Belgian. Because basically, French fries, as far as I'm aware, the definition comes from that American soldiers came into Europe because of events in the like 20th century, and they tasted these fries, which are amazing. And they're like, this is very nice. Who made these? And they ran into some people that were speaking French, and they were like, French? Those are the French. I know that language. It's a French fry. It weren't. It were Belgians. Half of the Belgians speak Dutch, half of the Belgians speak French. It's actually Belgian fries. But the word now knows that French fries, but it's like, boy. That's a bit of a mix-up. I mean, we've had more mix-ups over the years, so I mean, like, who can really complain? But yeah, like, like, if you're an expert on French, actually, like, I wonder, like, if there are French people, like, in the chat, or like, if, like, actually, ever I speak a French person, like, how do you feel about it? Like, how do the French feel about the French fries? Because, like, I think it's a pretty well-known fact that, like, the French fries are actually Belgium. Because, like, here in Holland, we know them as Belgian fries. Yeah, like, I'm actually rather curious about it. Is kebab a thing in Netherlands? Absolutely. Oh boy, is it. Dude, like, especially here around the Amsterdam area, it's really big. And Germany is called Döner, and this word is hilarious. It's also called Döner kebab here, yeah. Oh god, I love kebab when I went to Munich. It's pretty good. Even when I played the Metro series, Villager says, I wasn't interested in playing Russian, even with the English subtitles. I'm a bit tired of the Russian language, even though I hear Russian almost on a daily basis, but it's just not for me. I can understand that. I mean, like, sometimes you just have like favorites. Like I have favorites for like certain languages around certain like certain things is like really weird. Like I don't know if I would be able to do a stream in Dutch. Like that's the weirdest thing, where like I had a friend who came over from Ireland to Holland and he wanted to speak Dutch all the time, which is really cool. Like I really love people that like actually go to a new country and then like try to speak the language, which was so cool. But like he also wanted to speak it on stream because he streamed as well, and I was like, yo dude, like that's really cool. But it's so weird to me because like I always speak English here. It's like it's so weird because like all the terminology, all the things I use around Twitch is English. So if I start speaking Dutch, it's like it's crazy. It doesn't work with me. Same thing for like anime. If I watch anime, it's gotta be Japanese in a sense because like English just doesn't fit it. And there are some games which like only work best in like English. Like childhood shows I grew up with is so much better in Dutch. Like I don't know. I couldn't really watch SpongeBob in English. Like I can now, but I couldn't back at the start because like I've grown up with these voice actors. It's just so weird. Berna has the best kebab. Who cares what the French think about the fries? If they had a problem with it, they should have spoken up a long time ago. Oh man. So yeah. Honestly, like, it's been so long since I've been to Berlin. I should go there sometime soon. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Hopefully this year I can travel again a little bit, because like basically like everything has been on lockdown for like the last 2 years, which like yada yada yada. Who hasn't the world been on lockdown? But yeah, like I really miss it because like I used to go we used to go quite a bit to like, you know, Germany and stuff. Germany's got some really cool like ice hockey leagues. I love watching hockey because, you know, it's fun. It is fun. So it's unfortunately not all that big in what is it? Well, you have that one Dutch podcast with only Fear on the Fort. Yes, I do. That was the strangest thing ever. I'm so glad I did live stream it because like I was just like freaked the fuck out. But like I mean like it made sense because like hey, like he spoke Dutch and like, you know, the thing is like during swimming we spoke Dutch with each other, so like that made sense. But like doing that for stream was like the weirdest thing. I'm still trying to decide where my honeymoon will be. How's the weather in Europe in October? It depends on where you're going in October in Europe. If you go north, so like basically if you go like Holland, England, Germany, like that sort of line, it's gonna be like rain and like not really the greatest. If you go like more southern, if you go more like southern France, Spain sort of thing, it's gonna be like nice. It really depends on where you're going. If you go further up north, like it will be more wintry like. You could go like you could have like snow landscape, but at the same time like during winter like these places don't really get a lot of light because, you know, they're all the way up north, so like basically like you're not gonna get like very long days. So it really depends on like what you want and where you go in Europe, because like Europe is like very spread out basically. Let's see. I watched SpongeBob in Russian because my parents put me in a half Russian kindergarten in the hopes that I would learn some Russian, and I did. But after kindergarten, I didn't have any Russian connections for many years until I started to learn in school. I mean, how like did you ever like how did that feel like growing up with like two languages, especially when you were so young? Like, do you still remember like what it was like? Because like I can imagine like I've been like I could only speak Dutch for like the first 12 years, 13 years of my life, and then I started learning English. And because of that, like, I've grown up very much like one language. And like the thing which I was always wondering about is like if you've grown up very early on with two languages, it doesn't really get like hard, especially like if you're like to like master one language at that very early age. Let's see. When I give tag advice to my friends, I'm always confused because they'll use German language on their device. I'm like, well, how should I explain to you how to navigate to your phone? I use everything with English or Japanese as my default language. Oh my god, dude. I'm like, oh, when it comes to tech, it's like how to, like, some people just use like Dutch words, and it's like, I don't know, because like, all the tech that I, like, it's like, you watch the AMD presentation, you watch the Intel presentation, you watch the Linux tech tips, you watch, like, Gamers Nexus, they're all in English. Like, this entire thing is, like, English terminology. I don't have time to translate it, just call it a motherboard. Just call it, like, a graphics card. Like, oh my god. Let's see. But near the Mediterranean would be nice during October? Got it, thanks. Yep, Mediterranean tends to be, like, really nice. It's Mediterranean also, like, it tends to be, what you have is basically, like, you have these entire villages around the Mediterranean, which are, like, full of vacation homes owned by, like, the pensioners. Which is, like, I really can't wait with growing old. I really don't want to grow old fast, because honestly, like, that sucks, because you can't go back anymore. But, seriously, what a lot of people that do have some money tend to do is buy a house when they're, like, pensioned, and they don't have to go to work anymore. They buy a house, around the Mediterranean, and then they're here in Holland during like the summer and stuff. And then when the first bits of rain start to come, when the first leaves start to fall, when the first like signs of snow start to come in, they're like, all right, I'm off, and they just enjoy the rest of their winter summer in like around the Mediterranean. And it's like, dude, what a lifestyle that is! What a fucking lifestyle that is. But yeah, depends. Sometimes it's warm and sunny, sometimes rain for some days, but it's never really cold. Mostly around 10 to 20 degrees during the day. Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't really get cold in Holland, but, like, that's the thing which, like, I personally feel is kind of sucks, is that, like, when it's, like, when it gets to, like, below, what is it, like, 5 degrees, it's, like, I'd rather have that it freezes, and I actually get some snow to, like, you know, I'm freezing my ass off, but hey, at least I'm getting some snowballs that I can throw in people's faces. At least I can, like, skate on the ice, which is, like, kind of fun. But if it's, like, cold and raining, I'm like, why is it cold? Why am I suffering for this? It's not nice. There's like, literally gray clouds outside. Rain is falling down. It's windy. It's cold. I don't see an upside. So, like, yeah, that is one thing. But, yeah. I talk about the northern German weather. Yep. I grew up with two languages, English and Spanish, and I'm good. Oh, hell yeah, Arthur. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Furger says, the Russian part of the kindergarten slowly faded a lot pretty fast, so pretty much I only had maybe 2 Russian-speaking French and a bunch of Estonian-speaking ones. That's pretty cool. I also feel that children are, like, quite adaptable as well with, like, learning languages. Which, like, a lot of times people, like, look at language and like, wow, you can, like, speak another language. But, like, seriously, like, everyone learned to speak a language from nothing. And, like, you had no handlebars at all. Like, there's a couple of, like, kids that, like, were recently born around me. So, like, I've seen them grow up. And it's, like, it's insane to just see, like, how you just have, like, very tiny little people. And they're, like, they're gonna have to, they're like, having to learn a language by just, like, listening to what people are saying and just, like, trying to infer a meaning towards it. It's, like, if you had to do that all over again, like, could you? Like, it's so weird because, like, right now we're learning language for just, like, you know, like, having all these grammar rules and the translations, but they don't have a translation. They just have, like, people speak the language to them over and over again, point to things, be like, bottle. But, like, what the hell does bottle even mean? Does it mean, like, bottle? Does it mean the color blue? Does it mean, like, my finger? Does it mean pointing up, down? It's like, you don't know? And, like, you're just gonna have to infer from, like, people constantly speaking the same thing over again and be all of a sudden be like, oh, I get this. And the crazy thing is, like, we've all done this. Every single one of us has done this at some point. Most of us just don't remember. Though I assume a few will probably remember. Back in the day, you had no hand-holding. Just none. I miss snow. It snows during January or February. But for about some days, but it's mostly barely any snow. I miss having a lot of snow. Me too. Because, like, that makes winter fun. It's like, we don't really have, like, wintry, like, winter snow, like, a white Christmas is, like, something which is, like, just doesn't exist here. Though then again, I also know people that, like, live in, like, snowy climates, and then, like, when you have a snowy climate, like, you just get so tired of it. Like, so tired. And I can imagine, like, if you have snow or, like, every single time you have to plow through and your car's getting stuck and all that sort of thing, I can imagine it'd be like, oh my god. Like, actually, was it this year or last year? I think this year we actually had, like, a snow for, like, 1 or 2 weeks, which is crazy here in Holland. But, like, we had it for, like, a certain bit of time. But what you found is, like, the first day, it's a fantastic. It's like, wow, look how wonderful it is. The world's so quiet. It's so beautiful. It's white. Woo! It's crazy. But then, like, what you find is that over time, you're going to have people that, like, walk their dogs and create different colored snow. You're gonna have people that drive around their cars and, like, just create these chunks of, like, salt and, like, dirt and debris everywhere. It's just gonna get, like, not nice. And, like, at a certain point in time, like, everyone will have walked over, like, all the bits of snow. It will all have compressed and, like, turned into ice. And it's just, like, not nice. It's really not nice. So, like, at that point in time, it's like, you find, like, oh my god, like, I can imagine that if you have, like, winter for, like, months, where, like, from December to, like, February, you're just gonna have snow, I can imagine you get tired of it at some point. Still, for me, it's special. So, yeah. Remember when you spoke Hebrew and then your parents forced you to speak their language? I don't remember me ever speaking Hebrew, but maybe that was a past life, who knows? That's an interesting language too. Like, that's been around for a really long time. The last real winter we had was around 2015 or earlier. Oh, and Plague Star's back. Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad, like, Loz is gonna love this. But basically, if you guys don't know, Plague Star is like an event which reoccurs with, what is it, with Warframe, the game I used to play. And, like, we have, like, I have a friend there who, like, actually, like, has a PhD, like, around biology or sort of thing. And then, like, basically, like, this event deals with paracelsus, but gets it all wrong, and, like, it upsets him every single time, which is quite fun. I like brown snow, I just do. I like my snow to be crisp and clean. That's how I like my snow. My baby will speak Satin. Oh boy, like Satin's language or Latin? Satan. I like Satin. It's like a close mix between like Satan's language and Latin, which is like the angel's language. It's like right in the middle. I love it. Remember when you were free and spoke Latin backwards and floated into the sky and obliterated your street, and then it was covered up as a plane accident? Villager, we don't speak about that, okay? Like, not live on stream. We're not doing that. It could be used as evidence. Just be wary. Be wary. Be fucking... Don't... That was a plane accident. How? Yeah. I was so sad. We don't... let's move on. Oh, man. To phonetically translate... the father comes. Hans, hold the Flammenwaffe. But Twitch updated their TOS. What did Twitch update in their TOS? I don't know. I feel like as a streamer I should know, but like honestly, I don't know, man. See, like this is the thing with TOS changes, okay? First of all, you can't do anything about it because like if it changes, it's like accept it or delete your account. It's like, yeah, like you can't really do anything about it. Second thing, it's like a lot of times these things aren't really all that meaningful because people still continue to stream. Third thing, even if they were meaningful and I had to change something about my stream, I'm me. I'm not gonna like change myself because like Twitch too has like, oh no, you can't be fun anymore. Oh no, you can't laugh anymore. It's like, dude, if that's the way you're gonna play it, I don't know, man. Ban me and then like I'll move on to a different platform and like we'll see. Not serious there. I'm reporting Michel satanic cult leader. I mean, like, I don't necessarily agree with the satanic part, but it's like, am I really that mean? Am I really that mean? I don't know. I would join the cult. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, you should have seen. Last year we had Among Us. You don't know about the hit game Among Us? But yeah, we played that for a couple weeks. Like every Friday we played that for a couple weeks. Well, it was quite a bit of fun, but like, dude, we made a fucking cult. Oh my god, a theme retro. Oh my god, we that was something. That was something, alright. The cult that includes some weird shapes, and Among Us and strange dogs. I mean, it like they're yes. Let's just leave it at that. Let's not go too much into detail because otherwise there's like 100% guarantee we go into Twitch against Twitch TOSs. How about making it official? I'm not one for contracts, but if you wish to will something, a couple of weeks constantly. Yeah, God, I don't even know how long we like. It's a bit of a blur right now because like seriously, like I remember Among Us came out and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like when it came out, became popular. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna last like, 2 weeks at most, maybe 4 weeks. But like I think we started playing it in September or something, and we ended up playing it for December, and then after that, like, no one cared. I mean, I think we ended up like at the perfect time because like basically, it was really fun because like I feel like most people have played this by this point, but like it was pretty fun because we were so new, and then like at the start we just didn't know what the fuck it was, and we're like it was so fun just like trying to like all us novices just trying to figure out this game, and like we got so fucking like high strat levels. Like a theme was fantastic. Oh my god, Retro had some insane moves. Like there were some crazy things, and then there was me calling out Tyrannus as the imposter live over comms because I didn't know I was goddamn live. Oh my god, that was so bad. But yeah, I'm calling all of my 6,213 lawyers. I actually just realized that's quite expensive. But yeah, I mean the whole chat is already red, so we would make a good satanic hold. Gotta go. I got farmer to farm. Arthur, good luck with farming your farmer, dude. And thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Actually, like, is it actually just like do people really care about like the colors in chat? Because like I've seen some people like really be like, oh my god, I'm this color or something. I've never really bothered to change my color. I know there's like some sort of way, but I don't even know how to change it, and like it never really even like clicks in my brain when someone has a different color on Twitch. It's just like I just read the name and I just like read the text after it, and like I don't say I don't really care. Is that something you guys care about? Is there anyone here that has like a color in their Twitch name and it's like I really wanted to have this color? We have this color. I'm just naked. I hate it. Like I need to be this color here on Twitch. If so, like tell me what it's like. Afim said, I'm an angel. Ask Retro, Tyrannosaur, Michel. I'm totally not someone's alternative account. I like Red because it highlights my messages better. That's when he realized that he was in a sea of red. That kind of doesn't highlight your messages anymore. Oh my god. But this chat is destroying my argument. I know, right? I know. It's just like... I know you're just probably sitting there like, oh yeah, that's alright. But I know that inside you're pretty much just like, oh my god. This goddamn chat right here. Let's see. Yes, it's horrible. I wanted black, and now Twitch removed my highlights. What? How did they do that? What did they do? What did they do? So, what happened? No more red text. Wait, that's no longer a thing? Hold on. Hold on. Is that no longer a thing? What? Why is this no longer colored? If you guys are re-watching this, you're watching this not with like the chat open. Basically, if you did that /me, basically your chat would be colored in like the color of your name. Now it's only in italics, which is worse. Italic, it's pathetic. My god, this is pathetic. Oh my god, Andelis, you're standing out right now because you have a beautiful color that isn't red, and now I notice your messages, and you'll literally just, you know, just stand out, and I'll just like read every single one of your messages. Not of any of these red people in chat, because like all these names are like the same color, and I can't see that, but I can see your name. How's it going, Andelis? How you doing? I once even were laughed at because I didn't have chosen color, but now you have the best color there is. And Dallas is the chosen one. We found the leader of our cult. Lead us. Lead us for Twitch. Teach us the ways of having a different color than the rest of the chat. But wow, that is insane. Also, Federer, I appreciate penis. Praise be. My god. Why did they remove that? Like, what is even the goal of removing that? That is so sad. This is so bad. Villager! Villager's green! We found the next sacrifice to feed my 6... Did you just change your color? You changed your color. You changed your color. My god. My god. Now we gotta give him money. Because he's green. You know, we gotta support green. And now if fame is blue. But yeah, we gotta support a green initiative. So, Villager, what's your paper? What? Oh man. It's evidently a personal attack. A famous blue now. So then they respond to water. We'll go, my dudes. Because even if it may be Thursday, when you have to wait 6 more days until Wednesday, in our hearts, it can always be Wednesday, me dudes. This goes for a ban. First one to speak up in chat gets a ban. Actually, no, let's not fuck around with that. Pretty sure there'll be people more than happy to like go for that. Everyone who is not in red chat will be banned T-minus 14 seconds. I came back. Why are we giving people money? Because Villager was green. You know, like, isn't that if you go green you get money? Because like that's what my government says. If I go green on my car, I get money. If I go green on my heating, I get money. Isn't green a money color? Oh man. I guess I could use colors to represent emotion. But how do you change them? I don't even know. How do I do this? Fuck, I've been on Twitch since 2016 and I don't know this shit. McDonald's is green, so it isn't evil anymore. Who still remembers McDonald's as being like these like red and yellow buildings? It's like, it looks so weird now that it's like green and brown. Like, it used to be red and yellow, and now it's not anymore. It's like, it's crazy. What happens when you go magenta? I don't know, you get to choose. Be the power of your own destiny. I am power. You're a shit color, Rafim. Is that like the only like what is that? Is that like dark orange or something? Or is that like the only brown they have? And now you have, what is this? Oh my god. Do you want to know my secrets? If I become vegan and then shit green poop, does that mean the government will pay me to shit all day? Ask the government. Actually, just go to like go to a government meeting. Go to a government meeting. And just ask it. Just ask. You can at least try and write a letter, but you need proof. Take photos. Yeah, take a lot of photos. Oh my god, that reminds me of like the worst thing in the fucking world. Oh my. Did you guys... I don't expect you guys to follow this. The only reason I know about this is because like Moist Critical made a video about it. Basically, like, there was this one YouTuber called Eating the Pussy 445. And basically, like, he was caught in like one of these like Catch a Predator things where like people were like pretending to be like an underage girl and like trying to like reach out to like people like him and then like try and strike up a conversation and see whether he will like try and like be inappropriate to like catch a predator sort of thing. And basically this guy fell for it so hard, but he started like legit sharing pictures of his own shit. And it's like, it wasn't even ironic. And I'm like, who the fuck takes pictures of their shits? And who the fuck shares that with other people? Let alone like, you know, like minors, but like, who the fuck takes pictures of their shits and just like starts sharing it with you like, man, I just took a fat ass shit. It was like the weirdest shit I've ever heard of. I forget about the photos, just send the evidence. Sounds like a shit show. Dude, it was insane. Like, honestly, like, sometimes you just hear about crazy shit on the internet, but like, this shit was like absolutely maddening. That entire situation was so weird. It was on the one hand so fucked up, but on the other hand, it was like, dude, so that guy basically got pretty much canceled because like, he turned out to like send like very inappropriate messages to minors, even though that person like wasn't a minor themselves, but like he was in the full conviction that they were minors, so, like that was pretty damn bad. But then the guy that exposed him also got canceled because like he wasn't a really good person either. And then like the entire case was handed over to the police, but because the entire investigation was done not right, like the police couldn't do anything. It was such a shit show. It was like, how the fuck do people fuck up so bad? And it's just like, sometimes you just look at it, you're just like, your mind gets blown. But yeah, selling a shit, 2 kilos, 15 euros per 20 grams. Villager, imagine. Terrible planning. See, like, this is something I have to give Keshin credit for, to like have like be able to like host this stream. Because like, imagine you just come into the stream and you just say, let's see Villager say, selling a shit, 2 kilos, 15 euros per 20 grab. It's like, what do you imagine this stream? What do you imagine is going on here? Great marketing, though. I mean, yes, but actually no. It's like Twitch comes here. They're like, yo, hey, we about to feel generous. We're just gonna be handing out like partner statuses to everyone here, and they're just like coming here and they just see that as like, okay, goodbye. And blacklisted is. We need a live reaction stream for 2 girls, 1 cup now. Oh my god. Oh my god. And let me just go and like throw up my very quick goatsy.cx. If I were a massively popular person, then of course people would buy my shit on eBay. I think there's been a while with Mighty Cyrus chewing gum. Honestly, I don't really get that entire stuff. Like, that's weird. My hobby is strolling. That's why I always get shit. What would the life be if it wasn't for making it a little fun? They felt playing the imposter, but like honestly, like I don't really get that stuff where like people just like buy weird things from people. It's like I think the entire bathwater thing was just like such a meme. Hold on, by the way, let me change this to like a little bit. This right here. Is Michel sus? I've only learned recently what that means, and I thought it was so much more funny when I learned what that meant. Because I legit thought, like, being, like, oh, are you sus? Just meant, like, yo, you're suspicious. right? They're suspicious because like it's Among Us and it's like an Among Us meme. So if people were like, "Yo, you're sus, man," I was like, "Yo, you'll be playing Among Us," but it's not an Among Us term. It comes from somewhere else, and it means something different, and it's like it just makes this shit so much more funny. Seeing that it's got like 2 different meanings, it's just like it's so funny. So yeah, like a lot of people have been like talking about something different, or at least they've been saying something and like it could mean something entirely else, and like that's so fun. But yeah, oh man, oh man, oh man. I wonder if that like Fortnite imposters thing was like the Among Us rip up, but then in Fortnite is ever gonna take off, because like I really feel that like Among Us is like kind of past its time. Like who's still like actively like woo Among Us? I don't know. I like those like Among Us YouTubers though still make videos like pretty much every day playing the game. It's like it's crazy. Like I can't imagine my life that way. Hark, what does it mean? You mean in English? I have no idea. In Dutch, I know. It's like a gardening tool. And God, that is a word I haven't seen in a long time. Like I actually had to think, like, is it? Yeah. It's like I didn't like. What would even be the English word for it? It's like you know the thing that's like it's got like teeth like this, and you garden with it. No sus. You don't know like okay so. Sus actually like I should like Defton. I should call I should call Defton because he knew what it meant. I mean I know what it means too, but I learned it from Defton. It's a garden patternizer. Yes! We'll call it the garden patternizer. Perfect. That sounds like a perfect name for it. I don't even know. I need to know now. I need to know now! What is hark in English? It can't be garden patternizer. What? Hark is actually a word in English? My God. I didn't even know. It's something that's like... It's like a verb for like, listen, hark, he knocks. It's actually an English word. That's insane. Okay, here, Dutch. Do you regularly work out? Yes, I do. Rake, that is the English word. Hark is the Dutch word for rake. That makes sense now. But yeah, like I, basically, like I've been swimming for like years. Gotten a couple, like I swam like for 6 or 7 years at like national level of competitive swimming, and I really enjoyed it. Now I don't really do that many competitions anymore. I just like train so like do about 20 hours a week of like workouts, swimming. I love it in the sense of like I hate my life if I don't work out, because like this is like really weird, and I don't know if you guys like work out too. I don't know if you guys are like into like sports or something, but like if you do like a certain amount of like activity, which is like right at the edge of like where you're improving, but you're not injuring yourself, and you're also not like below that where you're like kind of doing something but not doing too much. Like you have this thing where like your muscles tense up, and you can just feel that throughout the day, and it just feels like it feels good. It feels good because you feel like you feel in shape. That also comes with like that I'm fucking tired sometimes, like today. But yeah, like yeah, it's like pretty much every morning I'll do like 3 hours of like 1 hour of work of like workout, like gym workout sort of thing, and then like 2 hours of swimming. So he works out in Apex doing the Among Us competitive. Among Us in Apex, man. Apex should do that. Apex should beat like fucking like Fortnite and do like introduce their own Among Us version. That'd be sweet. Rateau is French, which is much better, but do you want to hear English word that you'll probably never hear? Voivodish. What the hell is that for a word? Voivodeship. What? Okay, hold on. Let me go look up this meaning. What? Okay, hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses here. We gotta go look this up. This article is about historical voivodeships in various countries. A voivodeship is a voivode of voivodeship is an area administered by a voivode. What the fuck? I didn't even know this word existed. A voivode What a... What? Sometimes you just learn about... Where are all my red friends? The other carders are trying to conquer the chat. I know. Hey, TikTok just surpassed YouTube's average watch time on Android in US and UK. Okay, anyone here that's got, like, a rocket to space that's willing to, like, let me on it to, like, leave this world? Because, I've lost my faith in humanity. I heard about that. I've heard about that. Yeah, it's sad. We recently talked about TikTok. The thing which I feel with TikTok is that, like, it's so weird. In a sense, like, I kind of feel on the one hand, I feel old, where I'm like, remember the days where people were like, YouTube video? That's not regular television. It's just cats online. How could anyone watch that? Yeah, it will never be popular. Yeah. It's like, on the one hand, I'm like, maybe I'm like that. Maybe I'm getting old. But at the same time, the thing that I feel with TikTok is that I don't feel that watch time is, like, legit. It's like, because a lot of it is just like TikTok is literally just sit there, you grab your phone, and you just, like, scroll past, like, all your, like, videos as though you're watching memes. And it's like, you just go past, it's just like a 30-second thing of, like, someone doing, like, a thing or whatever. It's like, you just, like, go past. It's like, what kind of connection do you have with that? What kind of thing do you learn from that? It's like, I've never been into TikTok, I've never even used it, I've never had an app or whatever. It's just something that doesn't appeal to me. But, like, I've seen the shorts, I've seen the, like, I don't get it. It's like, yeah, it's like a fun pastime, but, like, I don't really feel it's like that's legit. Where, like, hey, if you're watching a Twitch stream, it's like, hey, we have a conversation. It's like, it's actually something where, like, hey, I kind of get to know you guys, you guys kind of get to know me. With YouTube videos, I feel like there's a lot of, like, hey, you know, you have, like, really cool, like, you can have really cool fun moments of, like, people having, like, really fun gameplay sessions. You can have, like, really interesting podcasts where you can hear people have a discussion. You can have very, like, educational things or, like, informative things, like, you know, Tom Scott or, like, Captain Dissolution or like even Linus Texas in a sense. Like, you can have so many different things where, like, there's actual, like, you watch something, you get something out of it. And I feel that, like, TikTok is generally just, like, as you say, Kupex, it's like, it's designed to be addicted. It's like, you're just watching things for the sake of watching things, but not for, like, actually, like, seeing what's there or, like, being interested in what's there. It's just like, go to next, go to next, go to the next, go to the next. So I'm kind of just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Back in the old days when TikTok was, links are blocked, but did you want to say Musically? Or did you want to say Fine? Because, like, oh man, Musically was horrible, but that was kind of like the predecessor to TikTok. Well, it's still time wasted on phone, not doing important stuff. I mean, that's true. But, like, I think it's so weird because, like, people compare, like, views and watch time on TikTok to YouTube, and I do think that's massively different. Because I think that, like, you can just check out for yourself. Like, I don't know how you waste time on your phone, but, like, one thing that I used to do, like, a lot was, like, watch memes. And if I go over memes all day, I don't remember the fuck which memes I watched. So, like, that doesn't really connect with me. It doesn't really hit me in the same way that I remember. But whereas, like, if I watch, like, a piece of quality content, like, what is it? Like, Joey Zero or Captain Dissolution, like, I'll remember that video, even though I spent maybe way less time watching that than I went scrolling memes, but I remember that because I actually have a connection with that. And I feel like that connection doesn't really get there in TikTok, because it's literally designed to just keep you scrolling. It started out with Fine, it became Musically, and now it's TikTok. Yep. But I must also be old, and I'm also older and younger and more youthful and more ancient than you, so don't change is clearly a meme that connects. Oh man, don't change used to be like Meme Sage's outro, which is pretty cool. But yeah. So, like, I really wonder, like, maybe it's me just getting old, where I'm like, oh man, it's like, ooh, it is so, like, it's so new and you doesn't know these days. But at the same time, I also feel like it's, see, what, like, with YouTube, it was like clearly like, hey, you know, you have television used to be the standards. How can you even, like, you know, compete with television? But at the same time, like, this thing was just like amateurs, but like making whatever they wanted to, like, in any time format. Like, you could do crazy things. Now it's just like 30 seconds, all like this format. Like, I don't like this format for videos. It's horrible. But yeah, Red has taken over the power again. Woo! The color battle continues. The color battle absolutely continues. Probably the chat is not as red as my head is, thanks to, like, the heat right now. I don't have a thermometer in here, but, like, it's crazy hot right now. It's been like a heat wave for, like, the last 5 days. It's like, it's not good. Want to be young again, or are you afraid of change? Which, of course, is true, and which will be, which course is true, and which would be better for you? Honestly, I recently read something very interesting. Hold on, let me go get it. Let me go get it. So this right here is a book that I would 100% recommend you read. Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. I think a theme you recommended this to me. I actually got it and read it. And honestly, this is a really insane. I've read it in one single go. This book is by Viktor Frankl, who has been in, who basically like, he was one of the like people like caught in the concentration camps in the Second World War. And basically what he did is he wrote a book. I can't have something this exciting going on while I'm discussing this book. This is better. But like basically this book right here describes like his experience, a part of his experience of like living in a concentration camp, which is like seriously, like if you read it, it's like it's one of the worst possible things you can imagine. Like it goes levels deep that like you can't even like begin to imagine. And like how horrible the situations were, but like he doesn't want to like describe it as like this is what I went through, it was horrible, but he like he wants to like look at like what kind of meaning is there to be found in life, and what is like our actual meaning in life, seeing as like man is this being that both created the concentration camps and like went there to die. So like what did he learn from that? It's like it's very, very interesting. And like one thing which really stuck with me, especially when it comes down to when you were talking about a theme, like, do you want to be young again? It's like a lot of people are like, I wish I was young, because there's so much opportunity that you have when you're young. And like I can relate to that somewhat, because like, hey, let's say that I was like young back in the day when YouTube or Twitch was brand new, and maybe I was one of the first people on this platform, and like maybe things would have been different or whatever, you know. You could imagine that. Like there are 101 ways in which people are like, well, if I was younger again, then I would be like, I could be so much more excellent at what I did, and it would stand out more or whatever. Like there are so many things which you could have done, but maybe if I was young again, I could go and try this sports or like this hobby or whatever, and I could try this, and like I would be good at it. But like the thing is that is all coming from a place where like you expect that you can do that in the future. And that's one thing. Like I don't know where it was, I can't get the quote right now because like I haven't like labeled it, but the thing that like Viktor Frankl said was like instead of like being like wanting for youth, it's like it's actually much more like amazing to be old, in a sense of like you have done that. It's like, especially like for people that were in a concentration camp that like just had no resemblance anymore of like their past life was just gone. Like they could not, like as far as they knew, they could never return to that. Like you don't have anything if you are like if your future is unknown or your future is dark and gloomy as fuck, like being young doesn't do shit for you. Because like what good is it to be young and then like have the opportunity to like travel the world and like do all these things if you don't have that opportunity to? But if you're old and you've lived through all of that, no one can ever take those things away from you. And that is something which I had never thought about. And that was something which is like, I was reading that, I was like, wow, that is fucking true. It's like, even though like for living life and for like getting older, like you'll do things and like there are things that you'll regret, or some things which you wish you would have done earlier, or like whatever, you know. Like there is reason why people want to be young again, because they can experience and do all cool things again or whatever. Like at the same time, like the things that you have experienced, no one can take away from you. So all the really cool moments that you may want to relive, it's like you have had those. Like no one can take this away from you. Nothing in the world can take what you have already done and what you've already experienced away from you. So like that's one thing which is like made me appreciate that. So yeah, add it to my reading list. Thank you, dude. Like seriously, this is so good. Get it and you'll read it in one go. It's like it's tiny, it's short, it's fantastic. I love it. When God exists, what language does he speak, and why do we think God is a male? Easy questions, man. Easy questions, my man. Woo! Let me catch up. One book that I found fascinating was All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Maria Remarque, which is a story about a German soldier in World War I who just finished his school and went into the military with his classmates, only to lose most of them in the end, and lost his mother, and saw absolute terror with the decapitated bodies of his fellow soldiers. Wow. That is very, 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 very big. If you guys have any like recommendations like these books, put them in Discord. I think exclamation mark Discord is actually a command that works, even though I just ranted on about like how I don't like commands. But we have like a must experience thing where like just throw anything in that must experience channel, which asks you what you think I or anyone else must experience, like which books, games, or series or whatever you should see, because like that's something which I often do when I want to like buy books and things like that. So yeah, I learned kind of live by the rules of logotherapy, and this book helped me to improve it. Like that's really cool. That is really cool. Like there's a lot of very interesting things in here. Like that's like something which I really love about books is like how like the thing with books is like I feel like in some ways books get so much undersold by like the way that our education system pushes it forward, because like you have to read a book because our book is a classic. Oh, you gotta have to read this book because we tell you to. It's an assignment. You gotta read these chapters and you gotta like answer some dumb questions which anyone can like literally take over from the text, because like it shows that you've read it and understood it, but it's garbage. Like you're not really encouraged as a kid to read. Reading is something you must do because it's important. So like whenever then someone talks to you about like, oh man, books are really cool, it's like it doesn't really work, because it's like, oh yeah, don't do drugs, books are really cool, live by the rules, and be a very responsible adult. It's like, whoa, that's so cool. It's like, no, like that doesn't work. But the thing is, like, even though books get undersold, like how cool they are, it's like, it is like, first of all, you gotta realize, okay, if someone writes a book, it's not something you just do. It's something that takes time, and a lot of time. So first of all, it's gotta be something that people like dedicate themselves to. Right? Like, I want to write a book. I want to write something. So what they'll write is something that has importance to them. It's something that like means a lot to them. So if someone writes a book, like something that's in there isn't just something that like they don't really care about. It's something they care about. They write about it from their point of view, whether it may be fiction, whether it may be like non-fiction, like whatever it may be. It's something that like matters to them, and they write it about like from like how they experience their world. For like and in fiction, this can be not necessarily like, oh, from my point of view, but it's like what kind of conflicts interest them, what kind of things, what kind of like troubles, what kind of aspects about the world interest them enough that they make like a like fantasy story about them. And there's something very fascinating about like these books. It's like someone like not only just like took a lot of time to write it, was about something important about them, and it's like in their perspective. And because of that, like you can learn so much from books, because it's like, it's just like most situations that you go through in life are so similar. Like it's insane. I've also read. Hold on. Here, I have right here of Aristotle, the Nicomachean Ethics. Honestly, like a really cool book as well. This right here is Aristotle's like book about like what is happiness and how do you achieve happiness? What's the ultimate happiness, and like how should one conduct his life? And like a lot of what's like being said in this book are things that you also find back in a lot of like modern day like self-help books, or like how to find happiness. And this was Aristotle, who lived like 2,000 years ago. So it's like a lot of things that you'll encounter in your life, a lot of things that like you'll like struggle with, are things that aren't unique to you. Like, well, they are unique to you, but like people have gone through that as well. And if things are meaningful enough that like, first of all, they matter to you, they have mattered to someone else, and it might very well be that someone has written a book about it. And like the really cool thing about books, and this can be very much fiction. Fiction is a really cool place for this, because fiction kind of like dramatizes like the struggles that we go through. So if you have certain struggles with like finding something like whatever like struggles you may be dealing with, most likely like it's something that a lot of people have dealt with, and people have written books about it. And, like they've dramatized it, and like a good dramatization, a good story goes around a character that actually like lives through a very relatable true experience, or like someone relating to real experience, and that finds a very like clever and like meaningful way of dealing with it, where like that connects, that makes sense, that works. And through that you can just like get so many perspectives about the world, but also about your own situation. Like, what would this other person do? What has this other person done? And does it directly apply to your life? Well, in a sense, no, because like it's not your situation. Like a lot of these books can be like so many different things, but it's like it can teach you so much. For instance, oh my god, this book right here, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Really cool book. I had to read this for school, but back when I had to read this for school, this is why I like the school read this and then write down like a summary or something to show that you've read it. Doesn't work. When I read this the first time, it didn't interest me. It didn't grab me at all. I've read this 2 more times. It's very amazingly cool, because like this story basically like revolves around like a tenant, a person that wants to rent a house, or actually rents a house in some remote area in England, like way back, a couple of 100 years back. And like he rents a house, and like the person he rents it from is basically just he doesn't seem too happy. And like you go into the entire family history, and the family history basically starts where you just have like one family with like two parents and like a boy and a girl, and the dad goes away and comes back. Like, you know, goes on a trip, comes back, and he comes back with a kid, a random kid he found in the street, who didn't have a home, and he thought like, I'll be a good person, I'll take him home. But he favored him so much because like he was like, well, my kids won't like him, so like I'm gonna have to favor him. That like this kid was favored so much by the dad that these kids were like, what the fuck? We all of a sudden have a new kid in our home, and he's being favored by our dad. Fuck this kid, because like that's not really what you're gonna like. You're not gonna like someone that just enters your home like for no reason and is being favored by your parents as well. Like that's so weird. And then because of that, this kid doesn't feel welcome, so he is like, fuck these other kids. And like this is an entire situation where everyone like you can just see every single character in this book, you can understand where they come from, but every single one of them doesn't try their best to do the best they could. And because of that, because of like all this underlying resentment, everything turns into the worst situation you can imagine, or like one of the worst situations you can imagine. It's a perfect tragedy in that sense, where it's like, it's so understandable where these characters come from, but everyone just holds on to their resentment, just making things worse and worse and worse and worse. And you kind of like enter this like history, you enter like this like ongoing thing, and also like you learn about the history back for like you enter this with like this character that just comes there to live as a tenant. And it's like, it's insane to like read, and it's like, it's so interesting because you can get an idea into this mindset, like how can situations get to a point where people are so like bitter and like only making things worse, and like you can just see the whole situation going down the gutter, and like why, how did it end up here, and how can you function in this way, how can you think about it? But like, it makes sense, but you can also see how like it goes so bad. Kubek says, I love how you think. People like you let me believe in humanity again. People that are interested in the world. People that have a spark in their eyes. I mean, I like to think that like most people do have that, but it's like, it's sometimes hard to believe. And like, honestly, like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a person that has always had or will always have a spark in my eyes. Because like, there are times in which the world can get really rough. And like, I would be lying to you if I say like, oh, the world is always so great, woo, because it's not. There are some times in which like it can get really fucking dark. However, like, I think that there's like two kinds of like sparks that people can have, some kind of interest that people can have. I think children have it, mostly because, first of all, let's face it, the world is both dark and very interesting. Like, there are so many interesting and cool things, and that's something which people a lot of times forget, especially when they get into this state where it's like, oh, everything's bad, humanity's doomed, the world is doomed, it's so bad, look at all the bad things. Like, well, look at all the good things that you've experienced. There are so many good things out there, and as a kid, you tend to focus on the good things because you're living a very, like, protected world as well, where your parents is, like, protect you from, like, most of the bad things. A lot of the bad things don't really connect to you, especially if people die or something. It's like, yeah, they're no longer there, but, like, the concept of death hasn't really sunk in yet. So a lot of these things, like you're full of wonder because like so many cool things are outside there in the world, and like there are so many cool things to see. So like you focus all your attention on all the good things, and like the negative things you kind of like you filter out, or they don't even enter your reach. That is something which like you see a lot with children, and that's why children are like amazing to be around, because they find all the really cool things like in life. They find all the really fun things, and they make you happy because of that. However, the world isn't always good. And it's something you like at some point in life you're gonna have to deal with, whether that may be because you're like betrayed, whether that may be because like you have like people like suddenly die around you, whether that may be because like you have like a really bad experience, whether that may be because like you have a whole slew of that negative experience. Like there's some way in which your world is gonna hit you, and that's gonna be rough. And that like at that point in time, like there can definitely be points in time in which like you can feel like, how is this worth it? Other book. Hello, my name is Michel, and this is my book club. This stream has turned from like talking about penis into book club. Don't question it. This is my stream. I do what I want. See, this is why I don't stick to one game anymore. It's fucking boring. Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. Fucking interesting book. Really really cool. Dostoevsky is so great in like taking different characters with different opposite beliefs and just like, you know, like having them like talk, like having a discussion and go like see like how would these characters like argue against each other. It's brilliant. But like one of the things here is you have two brothers, one who is like very like cynical and one who is like very like religious. And basically, like, they have this argument where, like, the cynical brother says, like, hey, you know, like, how can you be sure that there is a God? And how can you be sure that there is a God that is worth, like, fighting for if, for instance, there are situations where, like, there's a situation where, like, he describes a situation where basically a little girl like has wet her bed or something, or has done something bad, and as a punishment, basically the parents just force her to spend the night outside. So they kick her outside, but they live somewhere like in Russia where it's like really cold outside. So the girl overnight freezes to death because it's too cold. And basically, like, what this guy says is like, even if, like, he describes that situation and a situation where where a boy like does something against like a general or something, so he gets punished by like being set loose, and then they chase after him of like in a hunt. Or he describes a situation where like a city gets conquered, and like what they do is like they take the babies and they like play around with them, and then they point a gun at them, and like they don't know what a gun is, so they like they look at it and they're like look at it, wonder, and then boom, they shoot them. And it's like he describes these awful situations, and he says like, these things happen, or like in the book at least they happen, but like they probably happen, something as cruel as that. And how could you argue that like how could there still be heaven on earth if this happened? How could there still be good in the world if something happened? Because like, let's assume that, you know, after like this girl has spent the night outside and died, has cried for help, which has not been like received by anyone, and spend the night freezing to death alone, if that is required for there to be the next day heaven on earth where everything is perfect and paradise is around there, would that be worth it? Would that be worth? Would that little girl's screams and like painful death be worth any heaven at all? And he goes to argue that it isn't. It can't ever be like worth heaven. And like, if that's not worth heaven, then like, how is it worth anything less? And like, because of that, he goes to like say like, well, the world is cruel, and how could there be a god if they created something this cruel? And like, it's a really interesting conversation. And like, I've been thinking about it too, like, especially because like there can be some really bad things in the world where it's like, how can like something so like, how can a world that can be so bad be beautiful too? And the reason that I think it can be so beautiful is because it's because of these like bad things. It's because of the limitations that we have that we can exist, and that the world exists. And like, this may be a really weird thing. This may be a really weird tangent, but like, follow along. Like, I've explained it a couple of times on stream before, but follow along. Like, basically, like, there are things which we think are the cruelest, worst things in the world. And you'd wonder, like, how something, if there would be a god, would allow these things to exist. For instance, like, children dying of cancer is, like, one of the worst things in the world that you couldn't even imagine, like, someone would allow to exist. Like, everything about that is just cruel. Everything about that is bad. No one profits of that situation. No one is happy about that situation. It is just all around bad. How could someone allow that to exist? But so then, like, you know what? Let's think about it. Let's have that not exist. Let's, from now on, have no more children die of cancer ever. That's just impossible. But then, like, what if, you know, children die of other diseases, right? Well, I mean, that's equally bad. So, okay, so let's just say that, like, you know, no more children dying of any disease ever. But then what if, like, you say a kid is, like, below 18, but, like, what if someone just turns 18 in a day, you know, and then they die of a disease? Like, isn't that horrible, too? You know what? Fuck it, okay? No one dies of a disease anymore, because otherwise, like, it will just be the saddest thing in the world. Okay, no one dies of a disease anymore. But then what if, like, you know, you don't die of a disease anymore, but then, like, you get hit by a car? Like, fuck it, we can't have that. Okay, no one dies anymore. But what if everyone, like, grows old, right? And, like, you grow old and you're decrepit and, like, you can't do anything anymore? Like, that's horrible, man. Like, think about, like, all these, like, really poor old people that can't even move anymore, but they're forced to live on and struggle for the end of days. All right, you know what? Everyone is, like, lives forever, but then they also, you know, are also, like, in the spring of their youth sort of thing. Okay, that's fine. But then you have massive inequalities. So, like, what if, like, you know, you live forever and you're in the spring of your youth, but while you're in your spring of your youth, like, you're gonna be poor as fucking you, like, you have to struggle all day to, like, make ends meet. That wouldn't be a life, would it? That would be fucking hell. All right, you know what? Everyone just, like, you know, can get, like, everything they want. Everyone is, like, in the spring of the youth, they'll never die, and they get everything they want. Okay, cool. But you know, I kind of want to be, like, not in a place that's cold. I kind of want to be somewhere else. And if I want to go somewhere else, like, you know, I gotta, like, you know, go travel there. It's like, why can't I be at, like, 2 locations at the same time? Like, why am I tied to this one location? What if, like, I have, like, a son that's, like, having, like, this graduation, and a daughter that's having, like another really important life moment? I have to choose. That's inhumane. That can't be. I need to be in more locations than once. Okay, so now you're RB and I can be in more locations than one. Okay, cool. But I've never got to meet my grandfather. That's fucking cruel. Okay, fuck it. You can be in every location. You can be in every time that you want. But wait, like, there are things that can experience, like, different things than me. Why am I limited to my human bodies? Like, if you remove all the limits, there is nothing. Because you become everything, ergo you become nothing. So it's because of our limitations that the world is what it is and that we can exist. And those limitations can be rough. Those limitations can be fucking bad. But because of that, I do believe we do exist. And is that worth the price of existence? I don't know. But I'll take it because it's the one thing I have. And, like, I'll fight for it because it's beautiful too. And I think that once you come in contact with, like, the dark side of the world, like, you realize that bad things can happen, but you can overcome it and you can get that courage to be like, hey, I know that bad things can happen. I know that there are times where things can get really rough. But even knowing how bad the world can get, or having an indication of how bad things can get, I still choose to believe that there is something amazing in this world that is worth fighting for. That is worth waking up in the morning and getting out of bed to. Or that's worth learning about because it's so cool. Like, that is, like, when you're, like, when I feel you're really, like, you know, excited. And, like, you have that, like, hope. It's no longer naive because, like, you know how bad things can get. But, like, that's also why I think it's extra worth to, like, enjoy those times, because the high times are extra worth it to me right now, because I know that at some point things can turn very bad. So, yeah. Afim, let me catch up with chat here because it's been a while. Steph, how's it going, dude? So Afim says, oh, that's interesting. That reminds me about literature theory and the argument between what the author is and why they should give away to the authority of the author. One argument against the author is that not any fool or machine wrote the works. It is genius. A third argument also comes from the idea of freedom itself for oneself, that there is no authority being placed on others, but rather freedom for the one writing it, an authority on their own life. You're going to put all of these in Discord, right? These books? Sure. I need to go to bed now. Have a nice evening and a nice sleep. See you all next time. Cooper, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let's see. I pinged you Michel's server about the World War I book. Okay, tell that to Walt Disney, who believed the Grimm brothers wrote nice stories. Greed and madness. Just chatting for 13, level 42. So you read Warhammer 40k daily life of a normal person. Hello, how are you doing, my fellow frogs? Steph, how are you? How are you doing? Well, I got it a good time again. Good night. Are you going again, Steph? No, I'm sorry, I was monologuing. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, how's it going, dude? How are you doing? I hope you're doing alright. Oh man, you guys have been, posting a lot. That's so cool. Among Us, oh my god, Among Us clips, fantastic. So yeah. Oh yeah, the double subscription. You posted that in Discord. That's so cool. Oh my god, everything is double. Everything is double, a theme. Wow. But yeah, look at Pixel stuff. I got a thing for the frog god. I just saw something come by.
You're fired.
Hold on. This better not make too much sound. Hold on. Let me see if we can show this right here. No, it doesn't work. Let me see if I can actually make this. No, I can't make this work. We'll have to check it out in Discord. Also, like, we're getting, like, close to the 2-hour mark. I'm actually, like, it's so hot right now. I don't know, man. Let me go check Twitch. See if we can, like, go to someone. And then I'm just gonna go and probably cool the fuck down. Let's see. Let's go to Daniel, actually. Because, like, I was talking about Daniel the Demon today, the guy that actually got me into Twitch. He's playing New What right now, and I kind of just, you know what, let's just send the host over to him. Because, like, honestly, like, I've run out of water an hour ago, and, like, I'm sweating. Like, it's so hot in here. I can't wait for things to cool down again. But yeah, anyway, let's go over to Daniel, because, like, Daniel is, like, if you guys don't know Daniel the Demon, he's a pretty, like, exciting streamer. He's, like, he got me into Twitch. I really like the way he interacts with chat, and the way he, like, talks to people. Like, he's always so, like, exciting and, like, he's always happy in a sense. Like it's always a good time watching Daniel the Demon. He's playing New World right now, which is like the new Amazon like game that destroyed things and such. I'll probably be playing it too sometime soon. But yeah, it's hot in there. Don't worry. I won't mind to continue watching. Yeah, but Twitch will. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you guys over to Daniel right here, Daniel the Demon. Anyway, that said, thank you all so much for today. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. Everyone that came in with questions to raid, thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I honestly had a really fun time. And I cannot wait for more streams. Like, I'm super excited to do more. Now that the PC is up and running, I'm running at 8% CPU instead of 100. And yeah, let's go. Thank you all so much for today. It's been a lot of fun. It's been crazy amount of fun. And yeah, I will see you guys around for another time. You got a new PC? Yes, I did. Video will be out in there soon. I'll try for tomorrow, but it's like a 30-minute video. I've done the rough cut now, but I need to do some like finer edits, add music and stuff. But like, there will be something that goes over the PC, and I'll talk about it more tomorrow, I guess. Say hi to Daniel for me, and I'll see you all around next time. As I guess I say now, goodbye. RGB watercool PC, where is it? Don't do water cooling and I don't do RGB. Don't have the cash for that. But until the future. Goodbye.